Hi, welcome to Wise Guys. We're going to work on some practice questions in solving equations. And again, as I talked about in the last video, the general procedure for solving equations is to use the distributive law to remove the brackets, combine your like terms, perform the same operations on both sides of the equation. Make sure that what you do to one side, you do to the other. And always check your answer in your original equation. Just helps to make sure that you've got the right answer, especially when you're in the middle of a test. Now, here's some questions for you to try, and I'm making the assumption that you've checked the other videos just to be comfortable with them. So you can pause the video at this point and try these questions. And right away, once you start the video, I will be working through the questions for you. Okay, first question, 4x equals 2x minus 3. So what we're going to do with this question is combine our x's. So I'm going to subtract 2x from the right and subtract 2x from the left. These two will cancel, and I have 4x minus 2x equals minus 3. 4x minus 2x is 2x, so I have 2x on the left. That equals minus 3. On the left, I divide by 2. On the right, I divide by 2. These two cancel, and I have an answer of x equals minus 3 halves. And again, it's a good idea to check. I'm assuming that you've been checking all along, so you would already know if you have the right answer. But just a reminder of how you do check. We have 4x equals 2x minus 3. I know my x is minus 3 over 2. So I plug that in for x. Minus 3 divided by 2 equals 2 times minus 3 divided by 2 minus 3. 4 times minus 3 is, well actually I'm going to reduce here. So 4 divided by 2 gives me a 2 on the top. So I have 2 on the top and this 2 is gone. These two cancel one another. So I have 2 times minus 3, so that's minus 6, equals, here we're left with a minus 3 in the numerator, minus 3 minus 3. And as you can see, this answer, the left side equals the right side, so we're okay there. Second question, 2t plus 6 equals t minus 5. Again, I want to get my t's together. So I'm going to subtract t from the left side and subtract t from the right side. These two cancel. 2t minus t gives me t. Because again, this is 2t minus 1t. 2 minus 1 is 1. So I have t plus 6 equals minus 5. Now again, I'm trying to get t by itself. I have a 6 on the left-hand side, and I need to get it on the right-hand side. So I'm going to subtract 6 from the left and subtract 6 from the right. These two 6's cancel one another and equal 0. I have t equals minus 11. And I'm not going to perform a check. You can do that on your own. Third question. 3 times y plus 2 equals y. So the first thing we have to do, because we have a y inside the bracket here, we need to get it out of the bracket so it can be combined with this y. So I need to multiply through using the distributive principle. So we have 3 times y, which is 3y, plus 3 times plus 2, which gives me 6. That equals y. Now I want to combine these y's, so I'm going to subtract y from the right side and subtract it from the left. So I minus a y here, and I minus a y here. I have 3y minus y plus 6 equals, these two cancel and give me 0. 3y minus y is 2y. I have 2y plus 6 equals 0. Now I'm going to go up here to continue. My 6, I need to get my 6 out of the left side, so I'm going to subtract 6 on the left and subtract 6 on the right. On the left, my 6's will cancel. 6 minus 6 equals 0. So I'm left with 2y equals, and 0 minus 6 is minus 6. So again, it's always important sometimes to just remind ourselves, what are we doing here? We're solving for the y, so on the left I'll divide by 2, and on the right I'll divide by 2. Cancel here, and we have y equals minus 3. And again, you can put your minus 3 back into the equation just to check to make sure you have the right answer. And here's our last question. At least I think it's the last question. 5 times s minus 8 plus s equals 14. So the first thing we have to do here is multiply through and get this s out of the bracket. So I'm going to take 5 and multiply it by the s. That gives me 5s minus 5 multiplied by minus 8 gives me minus 40. And I add my s here, and that equals 14. Now here I'm going to combine my s's. I have 5s here, and I have 1s here. So that gives me 6s. 6s minus 40 equals 14. Now I need to move my minus 40, so I'm going to add 40 to the left-hand side, and I'll add 40 to the right-hand side. These two cancel, and I'm left with 6s equals 54. Still trying to get s by itself, I divide the left side by 6, divide the right side by 6, these two cancel, and I'm left with s equals 9. And if you plug that back into the equation, it will work out. Hope you have a good day. That was a Wise Guys video.